What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got done playing the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game, which you can check out the entire gameplay walkthrough over on the channel. Go check it out. It is a phenomenal game. One of the best ones of this entire year. But once I completed it, I was like, you know what? We gotta celebrate it by going on ahead and turning some of these ridiculously awesome designs into Lego form. But to make it extra challenging, not only did I go on ahead and create these designs in Lego form, but I actually am using the Lego DC Supervillains video game to do that, which makes it more challenging because, of course, I don't have access to the parts that you would get from, let's say, using the customizer in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, where it would be a lot easier because there are certain parts that you could use for the specific characters like Star-Lord or Mantis. So I had to get really creative. Now, of course, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Let me know which of the designs is your favorite down in the comment section below. And in addition to that, of course, if you end up coming up with your own designs, you can go on ahead and tag me at Blitzwinger on Twitter, at Blitzwinger on Instagram, and let me see what kind of designs you managed to come up with and if you can do better. Now, with all that out of the way, quick special thank you also to our members. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel. Without further ado, let's kick it off with the man of the hour, the man with the power. He is the main star of the show. He is the character that you experience the entire game with. He is the character that is, of course, the main protagonist of the title, and that would be Star-Lord. So here is the unmasked variation of Star-Lord. Let me know if you guys would like to see a masked variation as well. I think I could probably do a pretty good job of coming up with that, but he's got his dual-wielding blasters, of course, looking super-duper epic, very cool. A pretty simple design for the most part, because obviously he's just rocking the red jacket, some black jeans, and that's that. But still turned out super duper cool. The next design is going to be Gamora. So here is Gamora. Of course, I know what you're going to say. Blitz, what about the highlight in the hair? Yes, that is a missing element just because honestly, there was no way to go on ahead and implement that. But other than that, I actually think that this is a pretty close take on Gamora as she's seen in the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game. So I'm really happy with how this one turned out. For the third member of the Guardians, we have... Wait, where did he go? Oh, sorry, my bad. He was staying so still I couldn't even see him. It's Drax! Now, for Drax, it really was challenging to try to do those tattoos that he has. I tried to do my best to go on ahead and implement them to make sure that they are present. He does have his dual-wielding daggers, which looks super duper cool, which I'm super happy with how that turned out. But, of course, the tattoo is a bit of a misfire, but it's the closest that I could get in order to make sure that the tattoos that he has are actually present. Now, before we move along to the rest of the Guardians, or at least the main team of the Guardians, we're going to take a bit of a break here just because, well, you know, the other two Guardians that are missing, they're going to look hilarious. So stick around in the video to see what they look like. But in the meantime, here is Mantis. And yes, I did make her mad because honestly, in the actual game, she's very crazy. Like, her behavior is so irrational and oftentimes it just makes zero sense throughout the entire title. So I felt like this would be appropriate for her character. Other than that, of course, the one key element that is missing for this particular design, and I know what it is, I know what you guys are gonna say, and that would be the two antennae sticking out of her head. Unfortunately, there would be no way to implement that, so I focused on just trying to make sure that I get the right hairstyle and all the other details for her costume. Next up, we have the leader of the Nova Corps. That would be Corel, and this one turned out amazing. This one is probably one of the most accurate designs. Like, I think she turned out about as close to the actual design that we see in the game as possible without literally using, like, you know, an actual customized print. But I think this one turned out so freaking cool. I'm very happy with how this turned out. And of course, if we have Corel, we also need to go on ahead and take a quick look at her daughter, and that would be Nikki Gold. I am not going to go on ahead and clarify anything as to what look this is, except for the fact that this is most definitely a look for this particular character. So if you're looking at her and going like, bro, why is her hair on fire and all that stuff, just watch the walkthrough, play the game. There you go. That's all I can tell you. But that is Nikki Gold right there, looking very cool. And again, a design that I'm very happy with because I think it turned out really cool and quite close to the actual design we see in the game. Next up, we have the perfect specimen known as Adam Warlock. I really, really like the design for Adam Warlock inside of the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy video game. I think they did an awesome job with that character, and so I wanted to make sure that I do that character justice and do a good job of designing this guy, and I think I did just that. I'm really, really, really happy with how this one turned out. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think of the design, if you think it turned out good or bad, but I'm super duper stoked with how it looks, and I think it looks pretty darn close, even with the two-tone cape design, to what we see within the video game. For our next character after Adam Warlock, it is only appropriate to then go on ahead and bring up a Magus, and I think that this one is so difficult to do justice because he's basically like, think a symbiote possessed character where the symbiote is always like active. It's very, very difficult to go on ahead and capture that, but I still think that it did do a pretty good job here, trying to go on ahead and add those elements of like black, silver, and then the purple energy that he utilizes to like manipulate things. So I went ahead and tried to focus on those kind of three elements as far as colors are concerned. And then of course you still do have to make him look a little bit monstrous, so that's why he's got that kind of almost like ooze coming off of his shoulders and neck area. So I think that this looks really cool and definitely quite menacing. But he is most definitely not our only villain, because here we have the Grand Unifier, Raker, and this one was a blast to put together. I am very happy with how this one turned out as well. There are only a couple of characters that I'm not overly stoked about how they turned out, which you'll see in just a moment here, but here we have Raker, and I think he looks super duper cool. He's this kind of wizard looking character with a giant like bit of gold metal across his face. He's using these like metallic gold arms, so I did go on ahead and implement that, and then he just wears kind of a robe type attire. So really cool, relatively simple design, and actually turned out quite accurate. Okay, so this is where you guys are gonna start roasting me. I know that, but hey, it is what it is. I still try to do my best of building Groot within this game. It is so excruciatingly difficult. I tried to give him kind of the elongated arms that he has to make them feel like almost like tree branches coming off his shoulders. Besides that, I did try to implement the kind of green glow and effect that he has with the different leaves and shrubbery that's growing on him. So that was the idea behind adding those elements, and overall it's not horrible. It's just one of the designs that unfortunately I'm not too happy with, but at the same time I know that I gave it my all and I tried to do as good of a design as I could within the limits of DC supervillains. But I'm sure I'm gonna get roasted for this one in the comment section. And if I don't get roasted for this one, oh, I am most definitely gonna get roasted for this one, because this is my attempt of trying to build Rocket Raccoon. This was so freaking difficult. It's insane how difficult it is to try to build a custom design for Rocket Raccoon, knowing that you have such a small amount of pieces to use. And then there's certain qualities about Rocket that you have to nail, like the shape of his head, like the look of his face, like the fact that he's supposed to have a tail. So I tried to do my very, very best to implement as many of those elements as I possibly could, but I look forward to hearing all the funny jokes that you guys will come up with, because I'm sure there will be some comments in the comment section below like, hey, Mom, can we get a Rocket Raccoon? And then she says, no, we have a Rocket Raccoon at home. And then that's what you have right there. Regardless, if you end up coming up with some memes, don't forget to tag me on Twitter, Instagram. I definitely want to see those. In addition to all that, guys, of course, I want to give you guys a huge thank you for watching today's video. You guys are absolutely awesome. If you can, support the channel by hitting that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does mean a lot. So I would be really, really grateful if you could go on ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Thank you so very much for your support. And of course, another quick reminder, guys, if you can and would like to support the channel beyond that, you can become a member of the channel. Huge thank you to all of our members so far, as well as, of course, you can grab some Blitzwinger merchandise. Thank you guys for those of you that have been representing the Blitz Army. Now, with that in mind, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.